Hey, 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 yeah, hey, hey. I still don't know what that was supposed to be. Hello, it's me, Hedge. And before I speak on this video specifically, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching Hedge Spotlight because it's been growing bigger than I expected it to. Well, okay, it's not big, but it's been growing faster than I expected it to. When I started doing it with Barney's Imagination Island, that grew really fast. I think right now, at the time of this recording, it's at what, like 29,000 views, something like that. And then we did Barney's Magical Musical Adventure, which grew a little bit. It didn't get as big as Imagination Island, but it was clear that a lot of people were still into content like that. And when I wanted to start doing the Barney and the Backyard Gang trilogy review series, I knew that I wanted it to be something special. And I went out and I got, a day at the beach, I got the backyard show, and I got three wishes. I bought all three of those tapes and I watched them all. I think I actually watched them all within the span of a week and wrote all the scripts in that same week. So even though they're not coming out like in the same week or one week next week, they were all written and essentially finished in a week or so because I was very excited to do this series because I wanted it to be something special, and I also wanted it to come out at the start of 2022. And that's the main reason that I said in December that I wasn't going to be doing any scripted content until 2022, is because that's what I've been working on, the Backyard Gang series, as well as miscellaneous other stuff that I've had recorded for a little bit. So I, again, like, I really wanted this Backyard Gang series to be great, and it has been. At a day at the beach, it started off growing a little bit, and then it wasn't until the backyard show came out that both the backyard show and a day at the beach started growing and going and going. Somehow, the backyard show has now reached around like 4,500 views, which is crazy to me because it's such a like a random video to me out of my channel that has grown to heights that I didn't expect it to this quickly. So again, I really appreciate that you guys have been watching Hedge Spotlight, and I'm excited to put out more as time goes on. Now, this piece right here, excuse me, I don't know exactly where this idea came from because I think this idea came to me before I decided to do the. No, I'm sorry. I got this idea after I decided to do the Backyard Gang Spotlight series. And I knew that I wanted to do an art stage on the Barney doll, the Studio Doll 88, which was used, of course, in Barney and the Backyard Gang, the first three videos. But I knew that I didn't want to do a video drawing the doll by itself, just on its own. I knew because I felt like it was going to be boring, right? I didn't just want to draw the doll. That's I I needed something else. I needed some sort of flair, some sort of thing that would make it stand out against any other just normal drawing of Studio Doll 88 because I didn't want to bore myself while drawing it, I suppose. And I remember sleeping on it and being like, what can I do to make this more interesting? And I eventually was like, okay, what if it were the colors of what Barney would be after this trilogy ended? And I started picturing it in my head, and I was like, that looks so ugly. I've warmed up a lot more to it, of course, after I've finished the piece. Now, I finished this piece last month. You're seeing it now, but it was finished, I believe, mid-December, something like that. I knew I didn't want to put it out until the Backyard Gang Spotlight series was uh, a little bit, a little bit like near the end, right? And I just remember in the beginning being like, I don't like the colors on this. Like, even after I finished it, I was like, this doesn't look right. And I wasn't sure if that's because we're so used to Studio Doll 88 being that dark, purplish, almost blue color, or if the newer colors of Barney just didn't really fit with that doll structure. And it really bothered me. And I was like, okay, maybe I just need to warm up to it some more. And Like, no joke, every day after work or every day after finishing a video, finishing part of a video, I would open the file back up and look at it. And I was like, you know what? Maybe this works a little bit. Maybe. And I started hitting myself because I was like, not actually hitting myself, but I was beating myself up, thinking like I could have just made it the same colors as the Dakin Barney, like the doll that was used in Barney Goes to School, Campfire Sing Along, stuff like that. I was like, I could have just made it those colors. And I was like, would it have looked any better? I don't know. And I eventually went back and I redid the file, or I didn't redo it, but I went in and I color edited it, and I was like, it still looks kind of funky. But I've definitely warmed up to it a lot more. And this has ended up being one of my favorite pieces that I've done featuring Barney. I just think it's really nice. I'm really proud of how it turned out. And I wanted Hedgie to be a part of it. I definitely wanted Hedgie to be a part of it, just to help fill out space. Because one thing that my art teacher, Miss Buchanan, bless her heart, I've always taken to heart. One of the things she's told me is that there's two things that you can do with space when it comes to artwork. You can either enforce your emotion through it by just having a whole bunch of open space, but then something there that invokes emotion. Or you could just fill everything with space. And I wanted this piece to use just about every single part of the space on the canvas. And you're going to see that in a little bit, but I knew I wanted to do something bigger with this piece. So I put both Barney and Hedgie in this tire swing. Of course, the iconic tire swing. From, I believe it first showed up in Barney Goes to School, and then it got carried over into the TV show, seasons 1 through 3. Maybe beyond that, I don't remember. I knew I wanted to do a tire swing, and I actually had a bit of trouble making the tire swing. I think you saw earlier, I was putting a whole bunch of dashes and lines over it. You can see it a little bit here too. There's dashes and lines everywhere, and I would erase a lot of them because I wasn't sure like what layer they should be on. I wasn't sure if they should even be there or if I could just shade in the details. I don't know, but eventually I got it right, and I'm proud of how this tire turned out. Now, for the background, I take a lot of inspiration from Bob Ross when it comes to doing backgrounds, because I used to be awful at doing backgrounds. Like I would intentionally just make a full flat like color, like pink or blue or red or whatever, just so I could avoid having to do a background. But again, like I used to watch Bob Ross a lot to go to sleep, and then just to watch how he does things very simply. And eventually I learned how to do backgrounds in a painting style, because my style of artwork isn't necessarily painting, it's more just going with it, I guess. I don't really know how to paint all that well, but my backgrounds look a lot better than what they used to, and I think that's a sign of personal growth for me. I like looking at my own backgrounds at points now, just because it's a lot better than what it used to be, and I feel like I've come a long way in terms of doing that, and this piece is a testament to that, I think. And again, like I'm really happy with how this came out all together. Just Barney and Hedgie sitting in a little tire in these alternate colors. It's an idea that really just it stands out to me, I think, when it comes to all the other Barney related pieces that I've done. And of course, I'm going to be making a lot more Barney pieces. I actually have 2 that I've done that I have not rendered yet, but they are finished, and I can't wait to put them out for you guys. And here we have it. It's almost done, but here we have it. Barney and Hedgie sitting in a little tire swing. Barney with, of course, the alternate colors that he was not given to begin with, but he was given later on in the franchise. So again, I'm really happy with how this piece turned out. I hope you guys enjoy this one. This was pretty fun to do. It was very eye-opening to me, just testing out colors and seeing what worked and making sure I got the light source correct and all the shading right. And I think this turned out pretty cool. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you subscribe. We have a lot more videos coming out within the next like first half of this year. and then of course the second half. But I'm working on the first half, of course, because that's where we're at right now. I hope you guys are doing great. Again, thank you guys for watching the Barney in the Backyard Gang Spotlight series. It's of course coming to an end soon, but there are a lot more spotlights for Barney home videos coming out that I've been working on and getting ready to do. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, of course, we're going to be doing that Q&A video, so that's going to be really fun. There's a lot more ArtStage. There's a lot more like look back series. Remember like the Barney bag video that I made? There's a lot more videos that are like that coming out that I've already have scripted. So I'm really excited to have those put out for you guys. And just in general, just it's going to be a lot of fun for on stage. So I hope you guys stick around with me. Make sure to share this video around, share this channel around, because I think this channel is going to go really far. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for sticking around with me for this long, especially my patrons. Thank you so much to my patrons. You guys are amazing. You've been supporting me, and it's been helping out a lot. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank you so much. You can become a patron in the description. There's a link there. You can follow it, and it'll show you everything you need to know about becoming a patron to the channel. So again, I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. I've been Hedge. See you.